Hello everybody. Today's review is all about Pocketbook Pro 602, one of the newest additions to Pocketbook model line of electronic readers. In the box we've got the device itself in a stylish black sleeve. As you can see, it's quite miniature with sleek appearances. It's quite thin and it weighs slightly over 8 ounces, made of metal and plastic. The front is solid plastic while the back panel is metallic. It's quite thin and not overloaded with anything extra. You've got speakerphones, 2 of them, then the headset plug for USB cable, and a micro SD for memory cards with external storage. And now it always offers me registration for some reason. Well, not always, time and again, and we'd better just skip that. The desktop, as you can see, is arranged quite nicely with all those widgets and other auxiliary elements. You can access pretty much anything right away. Yeah, that's an actual ebook we're going through here, and I'm going to give you a sample of speech synthesis, which is, I guess, a strong, distinct quality of Pocketbook Pro 602. Let's just listen to it.
In the ancient city of London, on a certain autumn day of the second quarter of the 16th century, a boy was born to a poor family of the name of Canty, who did not want him. On the same day another English child was born to a rich family of the name of Tudor, who did want him.
So, the voice actually resembles a human being, so you basically can turn your ebook into an audiobook in no time using those particular voice modules. And the additional ones can be downloaded from Pocketbook Ltd websites in 24 languages, male and female voices. Now let's take a look at the photographs. Pocketbook Pro 602 boasts the capacity to display 16 shades of gray for photos and 4 shades of gray for text, which makes for quite enjoyable and detailed visual experience. Applications are what can get you confused. All of those, the web browser, clock, calculator, and so on, are all grouped in the games section. That's why if you have troubles finding web browser as a standalone application, which seems to be the issue with most of the reviewers and users, just pop in the games section and see for yourself. The web browsing experience is pretty much terrible because there's no sensory keyboard, no touch screen, and you have to use a 5-position button, which is tedious because all of the symbols have to be selected manually and then pasted. The speed of refreshing the screen is quite decent. It is faster than in the senior model, which has 9-inch diagonal, while this one has 6 inches. The display is not very prone to glare, unless of course you put it in direct light. But otherwise it's quite good in terms of displaying a matte surface, the screen, that doesn't disturb your reading experience. As I said, automatic page orientation can give you a hard time, but if it lags, you can always push a button and prompt it in this way. As you can see, it's miniature, just like I said. It's minimalistic, it weighs slightly over 8 ounces, and it isn't burdening in any way whatsoever. Okay, so on the whole, I can say that this is a good e-reader. If it were only an e-reader and if it were marketed as such, I would have no objections whatsoever and would have called it a great device in all respects. However, it claims to make use of Wi-Fi and Bluetooth, and pretty much like its bigger counterpart, Pocketbook Pro 902, it doesn't make use of those elements that much. In fact, the realization is rather crappy, and that's why you often end up with spoiled experience from web surfing, Bluetooth connectivity, and so on and so forth. If you use it for just reading ebooks, it's great. It's in every respect an e-reader that, if not perfect, than close to perfect. It supports 16 formats. It does a tremendously good job with PDFs and FP2 files, allowing for extensive formatting, scaling, and so on. But when it comes to additional functions, it ends up more than humbled. So Pocketbook Pro 602 is a wise purchase if you don't plan on anything but reading ebooks. However, I would recommend something better equipped, for example with a sensory keyboard like Pocketbook 603, for instance. Well, thank you for listening. Goodbye.